Hello everybody, today I have a really exciting deck for you. This is a Krugal Banebow. Now, Krugals have been kind of out of the meta because of a nerf to Krugal Trapper. Krugal Trapper used to have 2 attack and 2 health, which was a lot better going first because you could kill a lot of allies with 2 attack. And, but that's not all. Krugal Trapper got another nerf, which was um, he now only seeks if you're going second. So Krugal Trapper now has become something you play if you're going second and not something you play going first, because first of all, you're not going to be able to seek anything, and second of all, your attack is only going to be 1 instead of 2. So, with these major nerfs, Krugals, which used to be an extremely popular archetype, have kind of fallen off. Now, that's actually advantageous to us because of a card called Double Back. Now, Double Back says that when you play it, all hunter allies cost 1 less resource, and you can discard a trap to draw 2. Now, this is really good at cycling through your deck and drawing more cards. It can also be a really great way to summon a ton of allies out on 1 turn without paying the full price for all of them. So, with Krugals kind of out of the meta, this card is not going to give an advantage to your opponent, which is your opponent's hunter allies are also reduced in cost. And then another new card we're using is Victor's Quiver. Victor's Quiver can fetch back a hunter ability from the graveyard when it's destroyed. And frankly, there aren't that many good hunter abilities that go to the graveyard. Hunter's Gambit exiles itself, and Poison Arrow is okay, but it's usually something you don't want to play 4 of. And it's really common that you might draw into Victor's Quiver and not have played Poison Arrow yet. So by using Double Back and Victor's Quiver, we kind of now have a new target for this armor. And then the last trick up your sleeve is Master Trapsetter. Now, this is an amazing card to play on your first turn because it has an ability that lets you pay 2 resources to reduce a trap's cost to 3. So this lets you cheat out cards like Camouflaged Foe on turn 2, and that can really basically secure a large lead advantage for you. So before I bore you to death, let's hop into some ranked games. All right. So, we would normally like to see... Okay, Rolling Boulders is a really neat card against Gravebone, because if Gravebone brings back an ally from the graveyard, it actually returns to the hand when you play Rolling Boulders. So let's see, I have a lot of cards I like, but I think... Well, we need draw power. I want to keep Rolling Boulders. I also want to keep Camouflaged Foe. So I think, yeah, we're going to sacrifice Weevil. Which is too bad because against mages, you really want to put on face damage, and weapons are one of the best ways to do that against a mage. Okay, this is actually quite nice. We can go ahead... I would really like to keep Poison Arrow too. Okay. I think, though, realistically, we have too many cost 3 stuff. I think it's okay to sack this. Krugal Braggart is going to be really good to just get that on 2 health. Now it gives us a lot of options. If he summons another ally, we can Banebow it, and the... Okay, that is too bad, because he's going to heal 1 from the Armored Pack Beast. Well, it's actually not that bad. We have some tricks. Okay. Like we can, okay, use Hunter's Gambit to kill these 2. Okay. It's kind of sad because I really like Victor's Quiver, but it really doesn't make sense for us to hold it, I don't think, right now. So Banebow goes through, actually, Armored Pack Beast's damage reduction, and so does Hunter's Gambit. And I think we should just clear his board right now. Draw 2. Okay, great. And also get this Braggart up to 3 attack. That's going to be really, really good here. Okay, so it would be really great to kind of set up the board, but what I'm worried about is he's going to discard a card next turn and summon something from the grave. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to put down a Rolling Boulders, even though that seems like a real loss of tempo. But I'm okay with that because we've got control of the board. A 3 attack Braggart is really hard for my opponent to ignore. So he's going to have to play something like a Fireball or a Shadow Bolt to deal with this Braggart. Okay, very interesting that you do not see that a lot, to bring back a 3-cost ally. I'm honestly not that mad about that. I think that's okay for us. Okay. Here is where we can actually do some shenanigans with our double back. So double back costs 1, but that's going to reduce the Trapper to 1 cost and also the Sneerkrug to 2 cost. So we want to keep on 4 resources to use our Trapper. So we're just going to skip a sack here, play double back, Trapper into something that honestly is not that good in this matchup. Well, Ricochet can maybe disable something like an Isidore or something. Honestly, I probably should sack just Camouflaged Foe. Now we can discard it to draw 2. Okay, that's fun. We can summon this one for free. Do we want to, though? Because we risk a Supernova. You know, we don't have any other traps in hand. I honestly kind of want to just sack this card. So I think we're just going to end our turn. Even though we could have summoned this Master Trapsetter for free, we're not going to here. Okay, that is rough to Shadow Bolt the Sneerkrug. Because, yeah, we're going to take 1 damage on the Trapper there. Okay, this Pack Beast is actually going to be kind of hard for us to deal with. So how are we going to do this? Okay, it's not what I would normally like to do, but I think we're just going to Banebow here. Normally, Banebowing is better when you Banebow on top of 2 allies, but yeah, we have to get rid of this Pack Beast. Okay, let's just draw first, and then we have plenty of traps, so we will probably not draw into all of them. But that is actually one consideration. You don't want to draw into all of your traps too early, because then your Trapper won't be able to seek anymore. But we run so many traps, I don't think that's likely. Okay, this is actually really nice with Drangis here. We can actually summon Drangis and get some really strong advantage here. You know, Trapsetter is actually not that bad with Drangis, because this becomes a 2-3. But I think we're just going to sack it anyway. We've got plenty of other stuff to play. Drangis here is just amazing. Now we have Ambush, which is even better. Yeah, it's okay to just let Rage of the Elements sit there, I think. Okay, our opponent is tired of these hunters, apparently. So, yeah. Okay. Honestly, here, should we even sack a card? We have 6 resources, so we could summon... Well, we could summon the Weevil and the Camo Foe. I think that would be a good idea. Yeah. Let's just do that. No need to rush into sacking stuff right now. Weevil is going to reduce that durability there, which is pretty great. And we can just kill that armed pack beast with Drangis and the Trapper. Drangis is probably going to die. So, okay. Actually, Drangis, yeah, okay, well, Drangis dies here. That's interesting. Okay, I have not seen that before, but Rage of the Elements plus Thunderstone Goliath. That's a very interesting way to combo those. Okay. Very cool. Okay, now here I think we can probably just summon Barrabus, and that will kind of really hurt our opponent, I think. So let's do that, and yeah, that will do it. Okay. Now that Rage of the Elements is off, we can just, yeah. But I have to say that is a really cool combo there with Rage of the Elements. But there we go. Not much he could do even with that combo. Well, we built that board, so. All right, this is what I like to see. Okay, now that is maybe too many, but yeah, I love seeing Master Trapsetter in the opening hand. That is really good. Okay. So we also got Krugal Trapper. You know, especially against priests, card advantage is a big deal because usually a priest can stop an early rush with like a tidal wave. So I think it's good to be conservative, and we could have played like all three Master Trapsetters and done a lot of damage, but I don't think it's worth risking the late game. Okay, you know, honestly, I think it's worth it just to, yeah, cheat out this Camo Foe early. That's a really strong opening to just have that Camo Foe there. Xana is going to play an ally at some point, so that is going to trigger. Might not happen immediately, like there. Okay. Now it's our turn. We should focus a little. Weevil is going to be really good against Wizenstaff, so I kind of actually want to keep this here. We honestly don't even have to sack a card. I like all the cards in my hand, so let's just skip a turn. Double back, which is going to reduce the Krugal Trapper cost. Now, what do we not need? Frankly, I think the Ricochet Trap is going to be the weakest of all the traps that we run in this matchup. So let's just ditch this, draw two. And the other good thing about this is we've set up our Victor's Quiver now. So now we can just summon that whenever it seems like a good idea. And if it gets blown up, we return the double back to our hand. Okay, so I'm liking this right now. There we go. We got the Camo Foe off. That's nice. Okay, so now we have to really worry about Tidal Wave, which is probably coming. I think it's just good to play something like Weevil and just have that in pocket. So not even going to attack with it, just going to let it be on the board. Okay, General of Eunaxio. So that is interesting to not actually go ahead and Tidal Wave there. But to be honest, our board is, well, it's not like super impressive or anything. It's just, you know, an okay board, I guess. I think we can play Victor's Quiver here. So, this will do 2 more damage than the bow attack of our ally. So there we go. We can just deal that. Might as well just put on some more pressure with Banebow's ability. I still kind of want to save Weevil. I think it's okay to just save it there. It's going to be really, really good against Wizenstaff, and I kind of want to save it for that. Okay, so here comes the tidal wave. And so now we probably should reset the board and, yeah, play something, probably this Quickshot. We can sack a Sneerkrug. Just play this out, and yeah, we're looking pretty good. We are pretty low on resources, but that's the kind of thing about this deck is, especially when you have Trapper that kind of needs you to have lower resources than the opponent, it's kind of okay for this deck to kind of stay low for a while. At some point, we do want to go up to 7, though, so that we can summon our Barrabus. Okay, so Devoted Knight. And Zale's Hymn. Now, that is actually kind of fine, because we can use Victor's Quiver through the Zale's Hymn, which only prevents attacking. So I'm actually kind of happy about that. I think that's totally fine. We can even just use Krugal Quickshot's ability. So I think that was a mistake on our opponent's part there. I kind of want to draw really badly because we really do need draw. On the other hand, we need to put pressure on our opponent because the longer this game goes, the better it is for priests. So I think we're just going to summon the Sneerkrug and kill that Devoted Knight with Victor's Quiver. I kind of want to save the Camouflaged Foe in the hand because when we return double back to the hand when Victor's Quiver is destroyed, we can actually discard that for some draw there. Okay, and so here comes the Wizened Staff. This is kind of why it's we were saving this Weevil Crossbow in the first place to try and, yeah, destroy it. So, yeah, there we go. We can destroy it with this Weevil Crossbow now. Okay, so I think we should just play double back, get some draw going, play the Trapper. We could also just Hunter's Gambit this Tainted Oracle. But we can kill it anyway with Quickshot, so yeah, let's just double back and get some more board and draw going. Okay, so we'll just skip our draw. I kind of want to seek first. Okay, let's just search Camouflaged Foe. Make our opponent, you know, think we have Camouflaged Foe, and maybe we can, yeah, play these traps to kind of trick our opponent a little bit. Okay, let's see. Get rid of that Wizened Staff. Use the ability on the Tainted Oracle there. Done. And just attack with the Sneerkrug. And let's hold on to Braggart here. We can always sack it, and I think that would actually be better than summoning it here. We don't want to play too many allies that can just be tidal waved. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to deal with this Nath here. Normally would be kind of a problem, but okay, let's count. 2 damage, 4 damage, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we can kill this. And yeah, let's just sack this Braggart. So Hunter's Gambit. Use the ability here. Banebow. And let's draw 2 by killing it. Okay. Now we've got a full hand. Yeah, this is looking pretty good, I think. One thing is a tidal wave plus another ally could be kind of tricky because we kind of want to see our board here. Okay, Visca is another... okay, actually, Sneerkrug is going to save us here. Sneerkrug says that when he's undamaged, he has Defender, and other allies with bow attack cannot be attacked. So that's going to save the Trapper from being killed there. Our opponent might have considered actually healing the Visca, but I think it doesn't really matter, actually. We can sack a Camo Foe, or should we sack something else like a Soul Seeker? I think we can sack a Camo Foe. Okay, so our opponent is just going to let us just keep using our Quickshot to just tremendous advantage here. We could even Banebow and just get more damage in. Honestly, let's Hunter's Gambit. Yeah, let's Hunter's Gambit, and we can just play this kind of slowly almost. Just play Victor's Quiver here. Kill it with the Trapper. Yeah, just deal, 2 damage every turn. The reason I think we can play it a little slower now is our opponent has no draw going. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's another problem, I think. Sneerkrug got nerfed too, and now Sneerkrug is not nearly as good. It only has Defender when undamaged, which, frankly, kind of sucks. So, yeah. Okay, I would normally just draw cards with a double back, but I think I want to keep stuff in the deck. And I just want to deal some face damage, honestly. Okay, yeah, let's just, let's hold off on double back. We don't have any Hunter allies to really abuse it with. We can Poison Arrow this Visca and just chip away with, on it with Krugal Quickshot while dealing some face damage. We're on 7, so once we draw into our Barrabus, we can start using it. Right now is the time to actually start putting on some serious pressure here. So let's just use our Banebow ability, and if we draw into Barrabus, we can Banebow ability and then Barrabus. Okay, interesting. Madeleine's Scepter. You do not see that card that often in Xana. Okay. Mystic of the Veil, another interesting card choice, I would say. All right. Xana is usually known for playing fatties, and our opponent has 11 resources, so I'm feeling like Rolling Boulders and Death Trap are good ones to put there. Okay, well, but on the other hand, this hand is really lacking, so yeah, I think it's time to double back. Let's skip our sack. I really like Camo Foe, but I don't think, yeah, we don't really need it. Okay. Yeah, let's just Trapper here. Alright, that's too bad. I should have kept a better count, but at least we can look through and see what else we have in the deck still. Yeah, once you draw into all your traps, your Trapper is no longer so good. Okay. Let's Quickshot that Veil. It's going to return an attachment to the hand, but is that really a problem for us? I would say probably not a problem. Honestly, let's just Death Trap, and I think we can probably ditch Rolling Boulders with double back. Our opponent has enough resources where if he summons like a 5-cost ally, or even like a Visca, he'll just summon it back, probably, or something. So now the question is, do we actually kill this Mystic of the Veil? Probably not. I think it's okay. We don't have anything on the board that Oh, you know what? Actually, we should have, because Mystic of the Veil is going to return Zale's Hymn to the hand. Okay, so we definitely should have, yeah. That's a mistake on our part to let him keep that ally. On the other hand, we do want to keep applying pressure. Okay, well, good for our opponent on outsmarting us there and using Devoted Knight to trigger that death trap. Alright, well, okay. That is really strange. You know, the reason you play Mystic of the Veil is to return Zale's Hymn to the hand, and when it returns to the hand, your ally returns to the deck. So I think that was a misplay by our opponent there. They probably forgot about it and, yeah, accidentally did that. Okay, well, our hand frankly sucks, so I say we just get rid of this Rolling Boulders. Our opponent clearly doesn't have any fatties in hand, otherwise he would have played them by now, so we should just draw cards and, okay. Barrabus would have been nice to play there, honestly, but, I think we just try and deal as much damage as possible. I mean, yeah, we can kill this Mystic of the Veil and then attack, and our opponent will be just on 3 health, which is really low. Alright, so we're just piling on the pressure here. Now, this is one of the problems with the deck, actually. We have 2 double backs in hand and no traps, so these 2 cards are essentially complete bricks. So yeah, that is really too bad there. To play Barrabus or not to play Barrabus? That's the question. I think we do, just because getting rid of that 2 shadow energy is going to prevent Xana from healing, which is actually really good here. So let's just play Barrabus. We can kill the Lily and deal 2 damage to the face. And now, unless our opponent has some sort of healing, like Healing Touch or something, we'll win next turn with a direct attack from our weapon. Alright, so let's see. Banish, okay. You know, that's actually not even bad for us, because getting it back in the deck means we can play it again. And yeah, we're winning anyway with Weevil, so. Alright, good game there. Okay, so hopefully that showcased this deck. It's kind of fun. I would say it's something that will surprise your opponent. Would I bring it to a tournament? I mean, maybe, probably not. Just because, you know, if you run against a deck that runs Hunter Allies, double back is going to really hurt you, actually. It's basically, you have to sack all copies if you're running against a mirror match or something. But I would say this deck is surprisingly, you know, okay. It's definitely not the best deck out there, but it can hold its own. And it's really consistent. That's really what makes this deck so strong. Like, getting Master Trapsetter and your Camo Foe, turn 1 and turn 2, is not that uncommon. And when you have that strong of an opening, it's really hard for many decks to deal with it. So yeah, I would say this deck is okay. If you have been missing Krugals because after their nerf and you know they're no longer that good, and you kind of miss that playstyle, this is an interesting deck for you. I think you will enjoy it then. So yeah, let me know what you think of this deck. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.